Good evening. Tonight, a simple question about American history. Congresswoman, you are a sitting member of the United States government, yet on the record, you reduced the deadliest terrorist attack on American soil to "some people did something." Why the exact phrasing? Were you running out of words?
Tucker, look, that was taken completely, totally out of context. If you actually read the full transcript, I was speaking about the broader experience of civil liberties and how marginalized communities were.
You don't get context for 9/11. Ilhan Omar. Some people did something. Nobody speaks like that. Nobody. That's like describing the Titanic as a boat had a thing, or Abraham Lincoln went to a play. Very disrespectful.
You are just pushing a racist, Islamophobic, xenophobic narrative to distract the voters.
See? Speed running the victim list. She's 3 phobics deep, and we just started. Like a very angry, low IQ faucet. It's a total disaster.
Decorum. It used to matter in Washington. Congresswoman, during the most solemn moment of the State of the Union, as the President of the United States honored grieving families, you chose to stand up and physically scream at him on national television. Was that an emotional breakdown or just your version of a political strategy?
He was exploiting grief. It was political theater, and someone needed to stand up and say that the administration's policies are hurting.
I was reading the names of dead Americans, standing there very calmly, looking fantastic, by the way, very presidentially, and suddenly she starts screaming at me like I cut her off in traffic.
I was the only one brave enough to challenge the...
Brave? They call her a congresswoman. I call her a car alarm in a Costco parking lot. Just crazy, deranged noise. Wee-o, wee-o, wee-o. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. The lunatics are running the asylum.
Welcome back. Let's look at public records. Congresswoman, there is a mountain of tax documents, joint filings, and very confusing paperwork suggesting a highly unusual living arrangement. Did you or did you not legally marry your own brother to bypass U.S. immigration laws? The voters have a right to know who is in your family tree.
This has been debunked, completely debunked by fact checkers. People from my culture have naming conventions that Americans just don't necessarily understand. It's a very complex system.
She's blaming the alphabet now, Tucker. Naming conventions? I just spoke to very smart people, accountants, the best in the world. They looked at it and said, "Sir, the paperwork is not good. It's a beautiful scam, but very sloppy."
Families share addresses all the time. It was for purely financial reasons that had nothing to do with...
Look, I have the best marriages, tremendous marriages, beautiful wives, but I've never once married a sibling. Not once. I feel like that's the lowest bar in human history, and she tripped right over it.
Now, to your district, Minneapolis. Federal investigators uncovered the largest daycare fraud in American history. $250 million taxpayer dollars vanished into empty Somalian daycare facilities. Ghost children. You are their representative. How exactly do you lose track of $250 million right under your nose?
Those were independent organizations. There are bad actors in every community. And to suggest that I personally, my office cooperated fully, completely with everything.
Bad actors. She loves that phrase like it's Hollywood. Tucker, they build the federal government for hundreds of kids, but you go to the daycare and the rooms are emptier than a Joe Biden rally. Tumbleweeds, actual tumbleweeds in Minnesota.
I may have met them at community events, but...
Community events? One daycare had a sign-in sheet, and half the names were from The Lion King. Simba signed in at 8 a.m., Nala right behind him, Pumbaa was having lunch, and Mufasa, who is deceased. Very disrespectful to Mufasa, frankly. I get along very well with Mufasa.
Finally, the big picture. Congresswoman, you fled a war-torn country, came here as a refugee, lived in a camp, and were handed the American dream on a silver platter. Yet, your entire political brand is telling the world how evil and racist America is. President Trump, why does she hate the country that saved her?
Exactly, Tucker. She came from Somalia with nothing. War, famine, pirates, a total disaster. America opened its beautiful doors, opened its wallet, and said, come in, you're safe now.
This is exactly the kind of right-wing fascist. You've never struggled a day in your life.
And she walked through that door, got citizenship, got elected to Congress, and spends every single day trying to burn the house down. She bites the hand that rescued her. I love this country. I'm making the American dream bigger, better, stronger. She's making everyone feel guilty for having it. I gotta go. Helicopter's waiting. Good luck with your lawyers, Ilhan. You're gonna need them.